Hi everybody! Thanks for stopping by to check out the latest from Sailing Emerald Steel. So today we're going to fire up our old Dickinson diesel stove and make a traditional Czech meal. A lot of people think that because you're cruising you're going to be living off of cans and prepackaged food, but today we're going to make a traditional Czech meal. It's pork roast and red cabbage and knedlik. Actually, it's a national dish of the Czech Republic, and that's what we're going to be making today. And the best way to explain what knedlik is it's like a steamed dumpling. It looks kind of like bread, but it's there to mop up all the good juices from the pork roast, and I will show you how I make that in a few minutes. We found out that sailing in French Polynesia, Tahiti, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, pork is readily available and of reasonable quality, even though it's usually frozen. So here I've got a pork shoulder roast. It's got a bone in, and you want to make sure that you get something with a little bit of fat on top. It makes it that much better. It's about a 2.5 pounder, and I'm going to put some garlic on top first. It's pretty simple to make, just a few ingredients. Actually, you want to put a lot of garlic. Makes it that much better. And then we're going to put some ground pepper. A little bit of salt, paprika, a good amount of paprika. I don't know if you can see that. And some ground caraway seeds, just a little sprinkle. If I had some lard, I would put a spoonful of lard, but I don't, so I'm just going to use a little bit of oil. Maybe a tablespoon and a half of oil. And a half a cup of water. Then you pop it into an oven about 375 to 400 degrees. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. And while the pork roast is cooking, I'm going to prepare my cabbage. You can use green cabbage or red cabbage, although we prefer the red. And I'm just going to cut that up and get it ready, but we won't cook it till the last half an hour that the pork is cooking. You cut out the little core. Cut into bite-sized pieces, like that. Put it in my pan here. Okay, then we're going to add 2 cups of water. Some pepper. Like half a teaspoon of salt. Again, caraway seeds. They're big on caraway seeds. And a little bit of oil, teaspoon of oil. And then you're going to put some vinegar in when it's finished, but like I said, that's going to be later. Okay, and the next part of the meal is my knedlik, which is like the steamed dumplings, and I'm going to make double the recipe because part of this, we're going to make some dessert out of it. It's called bukti na pare, and that is also a traditional Czech dessert, kind of breakfast type thing, and it's like a little miniature bun with jelly in it, and you steam it, and then when it's finished you put a little cocoa and sugar over it, and none of this is dietetic, and we're just kind of every so often we splurge a little bit, alright? So to make the steamed dumplings, we use unbleached flour, a little bit of sugar, dry active yeast, and then I put some salt in my flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and an egg. And as soon as my yeast is ready here, I'm going to add it to the flour. So my yeast is proofed and ready to add to the flour and egg. This is going to be a real soft dough, and it's going to be needed for quite some time. This kind of meal you make naturally when it's relatively calm. You don't want to have everything spread all over your galley and the bullet healed over on his ear. So mix it up really good. And now I'm going to knead this for 10 minutes or so. As I start out kneading, the dough's really, you can see it's very, very soft, wet dough. It's going to take me some time to knead this to completion. Actually, not too long ago, we met some other cruisers. The guy was German and the girl was, her background was Czech, and I told her I knew how to make this meal, and she was so excited. We had him over for dinner, and she was just so happy that she had her traditional Czech pork roast and red cabbage and knedlik. It was kind of cute. So I've been kneading my dough for the last 10 minutes, and as you can see, it doesn't stick to the size of the bowl anymore. Pretty much it. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on it, and I'm going to let it rise for an hour and a half in a warm spot. So now I'm going to be making the dessert portion of our meal with that dough that I made earlier. I'm going to split it in half. And take out part of it here. Make sure you have a nice floured surface and hands so it doesn't stick to your hands. And then we're going to roll this out. Make sure it's floured so it doesn't stick to your rolling pin or the board here.
It is going to be a yummy breakfast.
Not going to lose any weight this way, Jules. So I cut into 6 rectangles here. I'm going to put the jelly. I'm using blackberry jelly. Put a little blob on each one. And then fold the dough over and make a little bun out of it. So go like this, like this, like that. Fold it over. So I'm going to use this little cup to make them. And you just press it down into the dough. And there you go. It's going to end up looking like this. Got a little thing of jelly inside. You can make sure it's sealed around the edges. And then you just cut the rest of them out. And then from the leftover cut out dough, I'm going to knead it back together and make a few more. And as the pork roast is cooking, every so often we're going to need to baste it. What I'm doing, but I'm going to show you how good it looks here. It's really cooking nicely and it smells so good. It's garlicky. Just make sure you don't let it burn. See that? Smells good, huh? So I'm going to cook my little steamed buns, the sweet buns. I've got them on a splatter shield. A couple inches of water in a pot. I'm going to put them over the pot, and you have to have another little dome shaped. I use a mixing bowl. It fits exactly over the pot so none of the steam escapes, and I'm going to cook those for about 10 minutes. So my little steamed buns have been cooking for 10 minutes, and now we're going to uncover them and see how they look. Interesting, huh? And now I'm going to cook the final part of my meal, which is my knedlik, or steamed dumpling. Looks like a little loaf of bread here. I'm putting it over my boiling water. Put the dome over it, and it's going to cook for 20 minutes. Show you what it looks like when it's finished. So it's about the last half hour before my pork roast is done, and I'm cooking my red cabbage here. You want to cook it till it's soft. It's cooking right there, and my knedlik. Let's see if it's done. It's been cooking for 20 minutes. That's how it looks, like a big loaf of steamed bread. Take it off the splatter shield. I'm going to let it cool for a few minutes, and then I'm going to show you how I cut it, which is really interesting. Okay guys, so it's time to cut my knedlik or steamed dumpling, and you actually use a thread to cut it. That's the traditional way of doing it because otherwise you kind of squish it if you use a regular knife. So you just put the thread underneath it and slice it. It looks like this inside. Look at that. It's got nice little air bubbles. And you cut it into about 3/4 inch slices. And then we will serve that with our pork roast and red cabbage.
They go very nice for mopping all the juices from a pork roast, so it makes it awfully tasty.
And to be quite honest, I think that's why Jules married me, because I agreed to make him his traditional Czech food on occasion. I'm going to put a little bit of, about a tablespoon of red wine vinegar into the red cabbage. Stir that up. And I already got my pork here cut on the plate. I'm going to put a couple pieces of the steamed dumpling, knedlik. And now I'm going to put some red cabbage on the plate here. You definitely want to use a slotted spoon because you don't want any of the liquid from the cabbage to get onto the plate. It'll make your dumpling soggy. And pièce de résistance is the juice from the pork roast. I'm going to put a little bit on the knedlik steamed dumpling here. And we're going to put a little bit on top of the red cabbage. Okay, and the plate's ready, and the only thing that Jules had to do with this whole affair is that he's going to be eating it. You ready to eat, Jules?
Yep, I'm ready. Looks very, very yummy.
Okay. Okay guys, so my bukti are done, and to finish them off, you're going to put a little bit of melted butter on top. And then I have a mixture of powdered sugar and cocoa. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that on top, more or less depending on your liking. They're good for breakfast, dessert, or a mid-afternoon snack. And before we leave, I'd like to thank all of you who took the time to leave a comment and a thumb up on our last video. We always appreciate hearing from all of you. And of course, as usual, we'd like to thank all of you that support our channel through Patreon and PayPal. We really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.